A few years ago, Rem from ReZero was the waifu. She was everywhere. A few years later, and she's still one of the most recognizable faces in the anime community. To be exact, she is currently the third most popular female character across all anime and manga according to my anime list. So I think it's safe to say that her influence has hardly faded since she first made a name for herself. What is it though that makes Rem so incredibly popular? People say they love Rem because she's well written, or has good character development and whatnot. And while I don't want to discredit any of that, I think that the general obsession for Rem is actually due to a deep-rooted problem in the weeb culture. So let me explain my thesis. Now, anime has definitely become a lot more popular, but from my personal experience, anime has still a long way to go before it can be considered true mainstream media. And it kinda makes sense, right? At the end of the day, it's pretty weird from an outsider's perspective seeing grown people like me getting all emotional over Japanese cartoons. Come on, we've all been there. Having a little chat with some people at a social gathering or whatever, and then suddenly someone asks you a question along the lines of, so what do you do? You know, as in, how do you spend your free time, or some other variation of that. Now you can't really tell them that you spent a majority of your last months losing your mind over Attack on Titan, crying your eyeballs out over Your Lie in April, or telling random strangers online that you're not a weirdo for liking the Monogatari series. Right? So instead, you will usually give them the most basic, half-assed answer you could quickly think of. Yeah, I like working out, and hanging out with friends, and yeah, that kind of stuff. But on that one occasion, you might actually gather all your courage and say, I like anime. And before you can even comprehend the consequences of what you just said, their faces turn into a visibly disgusted and revolted expression. You can hear them thinking, oh, so you're that kind of guy. Or something like that. That was totally just a made-up scenario, let's just forget that I talked about this, okay? My point is that if you're into anime, your chances of being the odd ones out, or more of a secluded, outsider kind of person, are significantly higher than if your hobby was, I don't know, football or whatever. Now of course this isn't universally speaking for everyone, yada yada, but maybe you can see where I'm going with my argument here. Many weebs feel like they don't really belong. However, those people just want to be, like any other person, accepted. No, not just accepted, more than that. Someone who loves us unconditionally, even when we feel like failures, even when other people look down on us. Even when we start to doubt ourselves, we wish for someone who tells us that we can do it. Someone who believes and values us even though we might be considered outsiders, losers even. And, well, that's Rem for you. She loves Subaru even when he is an outsider, even when he fails to save the people around him, and even when he loses all faith in himself. Hell, she loves Subaru even though this motherfucker is chasing after Emilia instead of her. And I think that is why a lot of people in the anime community are obsessed with Rem. To them, Rem resembles what they desire but don't have. She is the ideal girlfriend they have always dreamed of. However, this is real life, and I can assure you, you will not get isekai'd into a harem of hot anime girls, and you will not meet your dream waifu by sitting on your ass watching anime all day. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Chances are we might never meet someone like Rem, ever. Come on, you know I can't just leave you like that, right? So what is the moral of the story? What does one lonely weeb do in a situation like this? Well, you might not be ready for this, but the solution is actually quite simple. Be your own Rem. Maybe I didn't think this through. If nobody tells you to get up, then guess what? Do it your fucking self. Don't be a self-deprivating mess, get your shit together, stand up, shave, go for a run, come back, take a shower, look in the mirror and say, if no one loves me, I'm gonna do it myself. Is it that simple? Well, maybe not quite. But think about it. It's actually quite self-centered to believe that other people will always be there for you or solve your problems. Because guess what? They have their own shit to do as well. People can at most lend you a hand, but ultimately you have to get up yourself. But that argument works the other way around as well. If you manage to stand up, then who knows, maybe you could be the one who offers someone on the ground a helping hand. Maybe instead of waiting on the receiving end, you could give someone hope. Maybe you could even be someone else's Rem. And with that in mind, there's only one thing left for me to say. Emilia, best girl. Hey, So, welcome to the end of the video. I wanted to give some final thoughts. First of all, this video is not to be taken too serious, of course. And also I was not, like, the message of this video is not that you're not supposed to like Rem or whatever. I just think that some people might have a bit of a unhealthy mindset when it comes to characters like her. And yeah, that's all there is to it really. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.